righty, and welcome to another episode of the Primer Podcast. My name is William.
And this is Davis.
And today we fired up the old Y block, 312.
Yeah, 1956.
We acquired it. How many years ago was that?
Jeez. Probably 4 or 5 years.
Okay, well...
With the F-250.
Yeah, we picked up an F-250. How much did we spend on that?
We paid $200 for a 1959 F-250 that had a Y block.
And this was like a boat anchor in the back. And,
right.
He
had an extra engine, and he threw that in the back of the truck. And
kind of that,
and
make
then,
it go away?
Yeah, oh yeah, he had to go through all his dad's stuff, and so he said, whatever else that goes with that engine, just take it. So I had to literally go fish through little stacks of stuff behind his garage. It's like, oh, there's a pair of heads. Thank God he labeled all the little boxes of bolts, starter bolts, intake bolts, valve cover bolts. So he labeled all that stuff and kind of kept it together. Yep. So I just kept on grabbing stuff until I thought I had everything that was needed for the engine. So
then, let's see, that fuel pump got at Vet Stadium for like what?
$3.
Okay, that was close.
$3. I think you wanted 6 or 5. I think he said $5, and hey, how much you want? How about $3? Okay.
Yeah, another make it go away.
Yeah.
Although it didn't fire up right away. It did a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
But we fixed that.
Can't believe the hammer.
The old hammer to the starter trick. Kind of freed it up and...
just turned that right over.
Man, that sounded good.
It sounded a little like waking up from bed from a 12-hour sleep.
Little Rip Van
Winkle. Yeah.
Yeah.
My joints are a little achy.
Yeah, but
40 pounds
right.
Oil pressure.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's healthy.
Start right up.
We need something to drop it into. Like I said, a frame will find us. We don't have to go searching through Craigslist on a daily basis. And when it's time, something will surface.
Oh, yeah.
Build a nice little pickup truck around it. So I was wondering, because you know a little bit more, about this stuff than I do. I know the Y block, V8, essentially replaced the flatheads, and then the FE replaced the Y block. Why is it called a Y block?
Because the engine block itself is shaped, if you did a cross-section of the front and you looked at it, it's essentially a shape of a Y, which means the side skirts of the block go low, kind of like an FE.
Okay.
So that's why they come up with the term Y block.
So Y instead of a V.
Correct. Because on a small block Ford, you'll notice that the skirts will go only up to just below, right or center line with the crank.
Okay.
Where it meets the oil pan. On a Y block, it's further down.
I'll have to take another look at that.
Same with the FE though, because on the FE, you're gonna have the cross bolts on for like the 427. The skirts were lower, so they could put the cross bolts in for the caps.
Got it.
All right. But why they call it an FE and FE, good luck.
Oh.
Ford engine or Fairlane engine, nobody really knows.
Yeah, and they're all stamped with 352.
Most of them are.
Yeah, even if it's a 390 or...
Correct. Or 352 or 332 or 361 or 391 or 427, 428. But the later ones had a mirrored, I think it's a number 105 on them. I think that was like about a 70. I think they did that.
I
Yep.
don't know.
The FE Circus has got a lot of weird things going on with it. There's a lot of weird stuff came out of Ford with FE. So, because when they first came out in '58, they were mechanical tappet cams, and then right after, I think it was in '59, '60, they went to hydraulic. So, that's like your 352. But things evolved, things changed, and then alternator or generator went to alternator in 60. I want to say 64, somewhere in there, 65. So you'll find that out when you try to put your alternator in, and there's no hole in the block for it.
It's like, oh, I guess this one has a generator.
I guess this one's an early one.
Yeah. Well, speaking of engines, I talked to you yesterday about the truck.
What truck?
My truck.
Oh, the truck.
Okay. Bonehead move on my part.
Where's number one?
Yeah. Number one's over on the passenger side, not the driver's side.
There you
Bonehead.
go, William.
And basically, 'cause, I'm having several issues, but we talked about before, it's got issues. It's not. It runs, but things aren't right. And timing was okay. It's time to rebuild the carburetor. So I did what you told me last night.
Your vacuum checks?
No, I didn't do that. I looked at it this morning, but they look pretty good. Okay.
I'm
gonna shoot them down with something like when I get home and see if I see any bubbles that are coming up, like soapy water or something like that.
Well, it would be easier just to remove it rather than squirt something on it.
I don't know. I mean, there's not that many. Okay, but I know I got to rebuild the carburetor. So I called up Speedway Motors because if you go online and you type in or like on Speedway's website,
right,
and you type in Holly rebuild kit,
right,
you get like 150 hits.
Sure.
So I just said, what? I'll just call them. Credit card in hand.
Right.
Gave him my last name.
Was
William?
Is it Speedway or is it Summit?
Sorry, Summit.
Okay.
Summit Racing.
Sorry, Speedway.
Yeah. And they had record of it. I was in the database.
Right. Of you. Right.
Yeah. And he was like, do you want the same rebuild kit as you got before? And I'm like,
what did I get before?
I don't remember if
This is a different carburetor.
You know what? I
though,
did
too.
rebuild that carburetor.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. But told him what it was, and he said, "Oh yeah, it'd be $32." I'm like, that's what it should be. Thank you.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to transfer you over to the billing department.
Right.
Give him a credit card, or it just said it's now suddenly $52.
Why is that?
I don't know. I'm like, whoa. No, you said 32. I'm not paying $20 in shipping. And she's like, okay, well, let me send you over to customer service. Whip it over there. Talk to the guy, and it says, well, the part is $46. And then that would be what, $6, $7, $8.
Right, for shipping.
I'm like, the guy told me 32. So, well, you must be mistaken.
No.
And I'm like, no, because on my clipboard that I have right next to, right on my desk, I
Right.
have 32 next to all the other notes that I have, from the conversation. He's like, well, it wouldn't have been 32. It would have been like 31, 90. I said, okay, man. I
Okay, you got that part right.
And
Give me a break.
basically, at least 10 minutes going back and forth
With the same guy?
with the same guy, because I'm like, look, pal, I was quoted 32. That's what I'm paying. It's like,
Did they give you a part number?
no.
Oh, really? Because you could have just looked it up online.
Yeah, and they just went through their system and stuff.
Right.
I've never had a problem with them before.
Right.
Well,
Now you do.
Now I do.
Ooh.
And I will never order from them again.
Wow.
You know, that was part of the
Customer lost.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, I'll pay $32 plus the shipping,
Right.
or you lose a customer.
Right now.
You know, and I'm going to talk smack, about it to everyone. You know, anytime it comes up, I will badmouth you.
Like on a podcast?
You know, I think I might have mentioned that as well.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's like, it's your choice. You know, and he's all, well, I can't change the price. I'm like, well, I know you can, you're just not going to. So, go ahead and cancel the order. Went to eBay.
Yeah?
Let's see. Guess how much it was?
I don't know.
$33 free shipping.
Same kit?
Same kit.
So you do have the part number for the kit then. That's what I meant.
Okay. Well, they didn't give me a part number.
Oh.
But I put in Holly rebuild kit,
Right.
600 vacuum secondary.
Right.
Bam, there it was. $33 free shipping.
There
So-
you go.
So no more
Wow.
no more Speedway Motors,
Summit.
or sorry,
Summit Racing.
SummitRacing.com, no more for me.
Wow. Goodbye.
Yep, which is unfortunate because I've had good luck with them, but you know what?
Right.
There's Jags.
That's what I was going to ask you. Did you just jump over to the
I should have.
the other guy?
But I popped on eBay and boom, there it was.
Right.
And when I was talking with the Joker, I mean, he's like, well, you're not going to find a cheaper price. I just Googled it. I'm like, well, Google's going to pick up those eBay things too.
Sure. Oh,
You know,
yeah,
so
absolutely.
Where's that $33 one that he's not telling me about? I mean, I know it's a difference of $15, but that wasn't the point.
Yeah, but nobody wants to spend an extra $15, $17 on something they don't need to.
Exactly.
I mean, those things are everywhere.
Yeah. Well, not locally anymore. It's not like I could have just driven over to Reith Auto like we used to.
You'd have to go to Team C.
Yeah, Team C, but
But good luck. I mean, now you got dealing with their hours.
yeah, and then they would have to order it as well.
Maybe. They might have it on a shelf. It's common enough for replacement
Right.
kit. I mean,
That's a pretty
Yeah.
universal.
but did you check O'Reilly to see if they had them?
No, just because I did the eBay thing.
Oh,
$33.
because they sell Holly carburetors through those
Yeah, but
brand stores
but
too.
I'll have it by the end of the week.
All right, I'm just saying.
I know, and
But the Summit, you probably would have had it by Tuesday.
okay, but
That's the plus side to Summit, and you get you usually get like the free hat.
yeah, I got enough free hats. And I can't work on it till like Thursday because of street sweeping.
Hmm.
By yank it on Wednesday,
Oh,
then I got to
and
put
then you got no carburetor.
no carburetor, and I got to push the truck back and forth. So it wouldn't be until Thursday anyways
Right.
before I did anything with it. So it's no big deal.
Not having a driveway sucks.
Yeah, and then he said, "Well, if you can find a better deal, we'll match it." I'm like, "Well,
If I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna call you back.
exactly." It's like
No, well, geez, then that's when I'd say, hey, now you're gonna pay me.
finder's fee.
Exactly.
So I'm still a little upset about it, but
Yeah, I don't blame you.
um,
$52.
yeah,
I mean, that's enough for if you had like a Holly Dominator or something,
yeah.
something of real
Or
substance.
like the trick kit.
Well, yeah, I
You
think
know.
I have one of those, but I didn't spend $50 on it.
I mean, I know things, aren't like $20 like they used to be, but 20 used to $20, and then you get slapped with 52. I'm like, no, I don't want 2-day shipping. Or
Oh yeah,
$20
yeah,
shipping,
right.
So. So speaking of the carburetor, since we really don't have that good toxic stuff that we used to be able to,
Right.
that little parts dip stuff.
I'm stuck with the Berryman.
You know, what do you use? Just spray carburetor cleaner?
I had a can of that. I think it's a Berryman stuff over there. I forget the name of it.
Yeah, but the body doesn't fit.
Right.
It doesn't fit in the can.
Won't fit in the can. Well, that's a good question, man.
So what do you use?
I just use the spray stuff.
Okay.
That gum out junk that we used to start up the Y block. That's what I use for the 1 barrel.
Okay. When I did that first carburetor for the Ranchero.
Oh yeah. The Motorcraft.
Yeah, I
The
soaked it in
4100
degreaser first.
Yeah.
You know, Ace has this heavy duty industrial strength degreaser.
Yeah.
Soaked it in that, for an hour, and then I took the chemicals to it, and then compressed air to
Right.
get it all out, because the thing was pretty dirty.
That thing sucked, dude, man. Yeah. 4100?
I don't know, but the whole
Something like that.
the whole like bend of this clip, for float level and stuff is just pretty.
That thing didn't work right.
Well, it's archaic too.
It was just, it wasn't efficient. It was archaic. It was just kind of
Probably
not
been
well
rebuilt
thought
one
out.
too many times.
Well, it just didn't work right. I mean, it had just rigged parts on it. But that Elbrock unit worked like it should.
Yeah.
Came right apart. Made everything it needed. Just put it together. Done.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
And then we found out the fuel pump sucked. So, yeah.
So, actually, it's been a while since we've done one of these. The Ranchero is gone.
Ranchero's been sold.
It is no longer in California.
It's in Indiana now. Sales rep decided he wanted it.
Or sales rep for what? For who?
For Elbrock.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Thought I told you that.
No, I just
Yeah.
some guy. All I knew was some guy.
No,
from
he saw it. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing with that?" I was like, "Selling it." All right, I'll let you know. Okay, I sent him. He said, "Send me some information." So I sent him a link to all those photos and videos and stuff. He said, "All right." He called me back. Said, "I'll take it." Okay.
And he's actually in Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he sent a carrier out here, and I pulled it out a couple blocks down the street and loaded it up. I said goodbye.
Later.
But, have you ever had to move a car around with a flat tire?
Maybe many, many, many moons ago.
Yeah.
But
Did you have a problem with it?
yeah, it
Not a good idea.
doesn't work so well.
Nah, not a good idea. If you have to move it a foot, maybe you're okay. 10 feet, not advisable at all.
No.
So, well, I had that issue of backing the car because it was on the street, so I had to back it up to get my air hose on it, so I could put air in the tire.
Yeah, get your compressor's a little on the larger side.
Yeah, so it doesn't move. I mean, it would.
Okay.
I thought I could. I thought I could.
Easier to move the car.
Yeah, I
than
thought I could move the car rather than move the compressor and the whole bit, and because there's a lot of jogging and stuff around. So, well, I would have had to move the Y block.
Move the yeah.
So, yeah, in my 8 o'clock hour, I decided to try to move the Ranchero back 10 feet, but that tire just said later. Came off the bead.
Oh, it came off the bead?
Came off the bead, man. I couldn't do anything. It's like, well, I got to get this to the trailer tomorrow. So that's why I threw my spare from the other Ranchero in there.
Yeah, but to solve your compressor to car ratio, longer hose.
Well, I got the secondary hose, but I didn't think it would make it. Because it's pretty far out there to past the...
Out the window?
Oh, come on, man. Out the window?
Yeah, pop the screen out.
Maybe.
You have a straight shot out to the street without wrapping around through the garage and...
Remember in the garage? You weren't here, William.
Captain Obvious.
You weren't here. I thought I could do it, and I failed. But the other thing is, though, too, is that tire would have been flat 3 days from now. So he would have backed it off the trailer
with
3 feet. That would have came off the bead. So, and then it's like there's a liability issue with him. So I don't know.
Yeah, he'd be calling you up saying, "Hey man,
what's with the tire?" Or yelling at the transporter. So
yeah, flat tire on my bicycle yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Thursday night. Come out to put it away. And it fell down. I'm like, what's going on? Because it just doesn't fall.
You have an earthquake.
No, the tire went flat.
And then it fell over.
Because there's some grade back there.
Yeah.
So it threw the geometry with the
Just enough,
kickstand
huh?
just enough to. I'm like, what's up? Go to put it in the garage. Just nothing. Looks like I'm driving to work tomorrow.
The old Spitfires gave up on you, huh?
Yep, but
Bike patch kit.
pulled it out Friday.
There you go.
After work.
Yeah. Rear tire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little teeny tiny hole. I had to put it in water.
Oh, to go find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I squeezed and you listen.
Yeah.
But it was just a little tiny pinhole. And of course it was right towards the very. You start at start at the stem.
Right.
And then
And work around.
going clockwise, and it's like, okay, I'm not seeing anything. It was like just a few inches away.
The other side.
But
All the way around.
Bike patch. That's easy enough. The thing with that though is to make sure that you always have enough of that glue.
Oh, the rubber cement. Yeah.
Because last time I went to patch, I didn't have any glue.
You might be able to do it with just regular rubber cement.
Yeah, well,
You didn't have any of that either, huh?
why would I have rubber cement around?
I do.
What do you use rubber cement for out in
I was going to use it. I had problems before for my bike patches. Before I went and got these, I was using rubber cement.
Okay, well, I've read that works, but
Yeah, but
what else do you use rubber cement for?
well, it'd be arts and crafts for kids, man.
Well, I don't have kids.
Well, I guess you're out of rubber cement then.
So, yeah. It's, the last time I was knocking on people's, people that I know. In the neighborhood, it's like, hey, man, you got some rubber cement or some.
I don't know, it's kind of shady.
But that was back when I had Amazon Prime. So 2 days, boom. 2 days free.
There you go.
But that's one of the things, that you got to make sure that you have around, because when it's time to patch up your bike,
Gotta have it.
You need it like right there.
Yep.
It's sort of like with this Y block. We started up like 3 years ago, but I drew a diagram of the wiring, and we put it in the box with the with the Y block stuff. So pops out today. Hey, that
makes sense.
That's how we do it. And we got to put on there, make a note about that oil leak.
Yeah, I gotta get myself a nice oil catch container for that.
And we need a spring on the throttle return.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's no spring. So,
well, it's not hooked up to an accelerator.
Right.
So it's just
It just
yeah.
That's why when it caught,
It goes fast.
It was
huh?
fat. Because,
I forgot to throw it the other way there. So
So
wake up call there, huh?
Yeah. Just little things, but it was like, oh yeah. Going in, it's like, we should probably put a spring on here. I've got a couple, in the, glove box of the truck, and, like I said earlier, every old Ford owner should have a extra starter solenoid,
huh?
in their bag or their
Apparently
toolbox.
I just need a big hammer.
Yeah, or a big hammer. That's how we got it started today.
Hammer.
Well, I told you, my pops had, a 72, F100, with the sleeper on it. Thing was gutless, because by that time, smog and stuff. when he sold it, second gear was toast. You know, it was 3 on the tree, so you
Right.
had to go from first
To
skip
third.
second and
Drop
jump
to third.
to third. But when the guys came to buy it, I remember them hitting it with a hammer. I'm thinking, what are they hitting? It's like, but it's like, oh, they're hitting the starter, because the electrodes and stuff in there.
So when your old man sold that truck, it wouldn't start?
Yeah, I guess not.
Oh, and some guy said, I can get that started, bro. Whipped out a hammer and smacked it a bunch of times and it started up.
Uh-huh. And they still bought it.
And they still bought it, of course.
So he bought it new in 72. So, I mean, this would probably be 79, pushing 80. So
8 years? That's not much, though.
Well, 80. Well,
8, 9 years?
he drove it pretty hard. I mean, a lot of miles,
Right.
Because he hunted
Right.
and all the scouting stuff, so mileage-wise. I'll have to look into that, as far as, but even back then, 72, I mean, how hard is it going to change that starter?
Got 3 bolts.
Mm-hmm.
And that, was that a 302 or was that a... You don't remember?
I have no idea. Just because it was gone before, I was, starting to, wrench on anything. That wasn't the... I didn't learn how to do an oil change on it.
Right. Just
so
wondered if you knew off the top of your head.
302 sounds right, but...
Probably a base motor. Well, they still had 6s, so I don't know.
I do not remember. I just remember that
It was truck.
It was just gutless. Going up hills and stuff. There were times where, we'd all be loaded in the back, going up a hill to get out of a campsite and then have to, come back down.
Really?
Oh yeah, and then unload a bunch of stuff and then try to make it up again.
Wow.
Yeah. Gutless 72.
Dang. Overweight.
Well.
Huh.
So, Mustang.
Oh, the Mustang sucks.
What'd you decide on for the front end?
Well, the front end, I'm going to go with new parts.
The more I think about that, I think that's smart.
Because it's a lot of monkeying around looking for power front disc brake setup for a 67 Mustang. And 67 had 4 piston, 68, and later they had 2 piston. So, but it's like I'm going to get somebody else's used stuff. What am I going to do? I'm going to get a new booster, a new master cylinder anyway. I have to get a new brake pedal. I have to get a proportioning valve. Probably a couple of hoses. But then I'll probably have to rebuild not so much the spindle, the actual brake caliper itself. It was part of the hub. So I had to probably replace the bearings, replace the pads, maybe a crossover tube. I don't know. Depends what you get.
Right. And what you can find used and then try to make it all work as opposed to here's the kit, here's everything you need.
Right.
It's going to work. And you don't have to rebuild it. And it probably has a warranty.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Should, right.
Well,
manufacturers, yeah.
I mean, as far as the parts, I mean,
right.
If some bonehead, puts it in wrong, they're not going to cover that. But I mean,
no, as far as manufacturer warranty defects, right.
Yeah. So what's happening with the rear end now?
Now, the rear ends today, we're going to go check out a guy over here in Santa Fe Springs who he's some Ford guy, I guess. Says he's got an 8-inch rear end from a 67, 68 Mustang with like 279 or 3.0 gears. So I have my measurements that I need from the extra 6-cylinder housing that I have. Perch dimensions, flange to flange dimensions. So should be good to go with actual measuring of a 8-inch rear end. I also have printout for codes for rear end tags. Just, your rear end should have a tag on it. It has a date and a prefix to tell you what gear ratio it has.
The part number with
Right.
the alphanumeric.
Yeah, it should be a year stamp on it. The gear ratio, whether it's posi or not. I don't want posi, but just need a 279 3.0 gear.
Posi's Chevy, man.
Huh?
Isn't Posi is Chevy?
Well, you can put a posi traction on a Ford.
It's referred to as limited slip.
Right. True.
Same idea, but
I'm learning about rear ends. Which is the other issue is the Ranchero. It has a leak. So I went to the gear shop over here in Paramount and got schooled on rear ends.
Oh, really?
Yep. I basically told him what the problem was. Any speed, I'm getting a thumping noise. He said, chances are you got a broken gear or broken tooth on a gear, whether it be the ring or the pinion, but probably more likely it's a ring.
Why the ring versus a pinion?
Well, I don't know. I don't know the whys of why something would break in there. But I said, yeah, any speed. I mean, without my foot off the gas and it's just idling and you're going 2 miles an hour, you'll hear a thump from the center section on the rear end. He says probably a broken tooth. Now, the other thing is the other thing he says you could check your U-joints. I said, how do you check U-joints?
You take the drive shaft and you wiggle it.
Lift the car up, put the car in neutral, and then push it in like the axis of the U-joint. Basically, yeah, shake it. Look for rust, wear on the cups. And he said that'll be a telltale sign. It'll be done right there. So I said, all right. But then I said, so what's included with if I find out that the center section needs to be rebuilt? He said, well, pull the wheels off, pull the axles out, drop the drive shaft, pull the bolts off the front, the center section, pull that out. You can bring it in and we can go from there. Okay, great. How much is that? Well, you just bring me the center section, $325. Bring the axles in because those axles are press bearings. So they'll press those, reseal them. That's like $40 each. Labor. This isn't parts. So, and I said, okay, so a broken tooth. He's like, well, if it's a broken gear, so you're looking at, because it's a set, so you're looking at like $240 for that, plus the additional bearings that you have, because I think there's a front and a back, and for the pinion, for the output, the yoke. I think it's called the yoke gear, and then you have the bearings on the sides. So you include that. That's like another $120, whatever. But he said, mind you, it depends on what's all jacked up.
Right.
He says, but we'll replace all that. So I did the math really quick, and you're looking at about $1,100. He said, or you could just take out the whole rear end and we'll bring it in, and I'll charge you $425, and it'll basically do the same thing. But you leave here, it'll be that thing's ready to go in. You just put your brakes back on it, call it a day. But that's still going to be $1,100, $1,200. So,
wow.
Yeah, I got schooled.
Then how much would it be if you just drove it over there and said just fix it?
They don't do that.
Oh,
you either bring in the center section, bring in your axles, and say, here, fix it, or you can bring the whole rear end in. But don't bring the car in.
Oh.
Right.
So when are we taking that apart?
I don't have an extra $1,200, dude.
Okay.
So I got a, 67 Ranchero. That's a good old paperweight. So, but he said, you bring the center section in and you pull your axles out, you should replace the oil. Because otherwise, I don't know how old the oil is.
Right.
It could be contaminated. It's got some pieces that are jacked up in there. He says, we'll drain it, we'll clean it all out, we'll flush it, put it all back together, and, brand new. So, and then I mentioned, well, what if I was just to go to like Curry and spend $1,200 over there? All those 9-inch, he says, are overseas. All those housings.
Really? All China's finest?
China's finest for the 9-inch housings. And, obviously, he claims to have, they use lower grade bearings and races and things like that. So, seals. But seals are usually the same no matter where. But, I mean, you're just like, okay. Because, that was the next thing was, well, why am I spending $1,200 if I can just go to the next guy? It's all ready to go for $1,200. I mean, but this is where the whole factory OEM, keeping it original as much as you can because it was better quality.
Right.
That's what he's saying. It's basically keep the housing, I said, because I told him what car it was for. He said, keep the housing for that car, keep everything as much as you can for that car, because once you start swapping stuff or, some newer aftermarket parts and, he's like, you're not really, the quality isn't there, basically. But, well, the other thing I thought it was like through Summit or Jags, they also sell center sections. So I did get our catalog, and I don't know where it is now, but, like the guys we see at this swap meet, that's all they sell is center sections, right? Those little crates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were looking at, a guy that was selling the full rear ends.
Yeah, ridiculously priced rear ends with rear disc brakes and the whole bit, and posi and tall gears. I mean, that was $2,000.
Right.
But I don't need rear disc brakes. Come on, man.
No, but maybe the quality's there. I don't know.
Maybe, but I just want to put a center section in it and be done with this thing,
No, I got you.
And the other issue is I don't know how many splines these axles are either. There's 28 and 31.
So it's got to come apart for.
So yeah, I mean, whether you buy a replacement center section, it's like, well, what's in it now? See, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, so we are going to have to take that thing apart.
Someday that thing's going to come apart.
So that way you know what you're looking at.
Of course, it's the one part I haven't touched since I got that thing. Put leaf springs on it, replace the drums, all the rear hardware, the brakes, everything else all around. Put shocks on it, shock insulators for the springs, everything all around that thing. Center section and axle bearings, not touched it. U-joints haven't touched it.
And of course, that's what it needs. Yeah.
So, good times.
Well, when we take the center section out, we might as well change the U-joints on it.
Oh, well, at that point, yeah, you're pulling out the drive shaft.
Yeah.
Keep going.
All you need is a hammer.
I'll have to learn how to do that.
I did it years ago, or I helped someone with it. Buddy Danny, back when I was on Colorado. At one point, he had a '67 Oldsmobile, hardtop, 2-door. It was pretty sweet.
Is that a 442? I
don't remember what it had off the top of my
head. No,
head.
but the car.
No. It was
Cutlass?
It was a Cutlass.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. 442.
Right.
That's more Camaro looking.
Right,
Camaro
it's more of a,
Firebird-ish.
yeah. Well, kind of like a mid-size.
Yeah, but it has similar lines. This
Yeah.
was the Cutlass.
Right.
But we changed the mount on that. We did it in his garage. So if I did it back then, couldn't have been that hard.
Sure.
Stuff like that is just big, dirty, and messy.
And it's a pain to get to, right? I don't have a lift, so you got to lift the car.
Yeah.
Not a lot of room. You're on your back.
Yeah, it's one.
It sucks.
It's that type of job where it's
Right.
Pretty straightforward, pretty mechanical, pretty logical,
Right.
but still a pain because you're not set up.
Bulky, it's
for
heavy,
doing it.
right.
Whereas these guys, it's like, there's their press, they've got this,
Right.
this station, this station.
Here's
this
the
station.
bolts that you need. Here's the gasket you need. Here's the seals that you need. Done.
Right.
But so I need $1,200.
Well, wish we would have made a little bit more off that Ranchero.
But you see, this is going to be the house of rear ends for 2013 though, because I got to get rid of this 6-cylinder rear end too. So, and I'm looking at 15-inch wheels for that. So,
Oof.
4 lugs sucks.
Yep.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have this problem.
So, we're gonna have to get going pretty soon.
I'm going to roll out of here in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Go hook up with this kooky Ford guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a real pain to get a hold of. You call him 3 times, and he'll call you back at 9 o'clock at night, and you better have that phone on, man. And then you won't hear from him for another day. You have to call him back. I don't know, man. It's like,
But
we'll see what he has. Got an address out of him and a time, so that's all I can do.
it'll be a start on this rear end for the whole big project for the Mustang.
Yeah.
OEM quality.
Well, I probably still have to go through the brakes.
Well, okay, yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
talking, just the physical housings.
Well,
aspect
yeah.
of it.
Hopefully,
That Ford Iron, from 1967.
Right, exactly. Should just drop in, double it, check it with all the measurements and all that, and go from there.
But I mean, not China's finest.
No, this is-
I mean,
this
you'll
is
have
gonna be-
a decent base to start off with.
Right, and hopefully it won't have to tear into it. So,
Well, like we said, I mean, it's 40-something years old.
right.
I mean, I can.
But I mean, like the Galaxy. Have you taken the Galaxy apart in the rear end?
No.
No, never touched it, did you?
Yeah, but the Galaxy also doesn't have 300,000 miles on it.
How many miles does that have?
140, 150.
No way.
Yeah.
It got to be more than that.
Uh-uh.
You a third owner?
Third owner.
And that was verified that it's only 140,000 miles.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
That's why the engine hasn't been rebuilt.
That's
It's all. That's why I got to put lead substitute in that thing.
Did you fix your fuel leak with that yet?
I haven't touched it. Man.
Oh.
I haven't touched the car. I haven't touched the bike. Well, okay, I touched the bike last week because I had to move it so I could get the car out. When the
Yeah,
Sarah
but you
came
didn't do
over.
anything to it.
No, but that bookcase will be done in like 2 days, or
That's
at least
cool.
what I could do
Right.
at home. Basically, just gotta sand it and prime it. So, I gotta drill a couple more holes because it has those little shelf pins in there.
Right.
There's 2 different size shelf pins.
I believe you're right.
Yeah, there's a 1/4 inch, and then there's 3/16. I didn't realize that. So, I just bought some shelf pins. Shelf pins. That's what. 1/4 inch, and 1/4 inches weren't fitting in there. I mean, you could force them. But I'm
Right.
like, this ain't right.
Right.
So I took my 1/4 inch drill and opened up each hole.
Oh, man.
And I had to drill all those other ones, on the other
Other side, anyway.
And, anyways, and then it was only an 8-pack. I go to Ace often enough, so I just put it. I didn't make a special trip. I just
Right.
put it on the list.
Right.
And when I went to get the second 8-pack, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. There's 2 different styles here. Like, 3/16, 1/4 inch. Actually, I think it's more metric sizing. But so I got just 1 or 2 holes to drill left. I got to make sure that each one's deep enough,
Right.
for the customer. And when I first started drilling those holes, I had 1 or 2 that kind of got off my line that I had to it just didn't. Got off my line. It's like, that's not acceptable. So, good fix for that. Cut off a little piece of 1/4-inch dowel. Glue it in there. Use a flush trim saw.
Oh,
Cut the top off after it's been dry, and then you can re-drill. So you're not going through like carpenter's putty or something like that.
Right.
Which is gonna
crumble up.
Yeah, just ain't gonna look right.
Replace it with wood.
Exactly. So I got the shelves put together. Got the face frame on the shelf. So all I got to do is when I get back on site, yank off existing moldings, slide it in place, rebuild the moldings in the face frame, paint. They have the paint, so whatever color they have, and be done with this thing.
Get it out, man.
It's taking way too long, and now it's like I can't put it outside now because like. Granted, most of last week was 80, 90 degrees. Well, we got rain this morning.
Right.
So just can't leave that outside. So I've got this 4 foot by 11-inch deep by I don't know
outside
56
right.
wide in my garage that I can barely walk around in anyways. So. Oh, it's right in the way of getting to the bench where I got to rebuild the carburetor at the end of this week. I think I'm going to put that thing on a furniture dollar.
There you go.
Just blue tarp it.
Yeah, man. Furniture dolly, way to go. It's when you move the engine around.
Yeah. So
real slick.
So
what do we got coming up next weekend?
Next weekend we've got
Wings, Wheels, and Rotors, Los Alamitos. So we should check that out. That should be cool. And then the November we have Good Guys Del Mar on the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. But we'll probably go for the 24th.
Okay.
And
I do have in my possession 4 tickets to that show.
Cool.
And a couple media parking passes.
Very good.
So thank you, Tim Bailey, over at the Hot Rodder Journal.
Thank you. Do some event coverage. Check out his website.
Do you know what is it? The hotrodderjournal.com?
I think it's hotroddersjournal.com.
Okay, but it's online magazine.
You just subscribe. You have to join,
but it's free.
And that's it. It's free.
Get an email essentially once a month when it's ready.
Right.
There's no spam emails.
No.
I haven't gotten any junk. From it.
No.
It's just been, boom. Here it is.
Here it is.
We started a monthly column, so we're on page 146, something like that.
We're on page 98.
146, 98, something like that.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm sure the next month or so we'll start seeing some of our event coverage.
With lots of photos.
This should be coming up. We've got a couple more write-ups to do before I do another,
monthly
FTP,
right.
upload. I don't want to get too far ahead without getting the writing done.
Sure, we don't want to do that.
Yeah. So check them out. If you can't find it, go to our site, and there's a little clicky logo over on the right-hand side. Also, it's also on our links page. Actually, it'd be good if you did it that way. That way, we, when he does his analytics,
he can see where everybody's going.
It's actually coming from us, which would be cool. So, like us on Facebook. Well, actually, let's pick this up after we take a look at the
Take a look at some rear ends.
Take a look at some rear ends.
Rears and gears, William.
All right. I'll bring the task cam and we'll do something in the parking lot or something.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so
All right, man.
in a few. Probably take 605.
605, I'm sorry. South of the 5, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right before everything gets like city of industry, like
Oh,
super
yeah.
industrial and way before
1950s
Irwindale.
houses there, for sure.
Yes, pretty suburbia.
Oh, yeah.
But Davis met up with
Happy Jim.
Happy Jim.
Man, Jim Morrison is alive and well, baby.
Yeah, that dude was knowledgeable. I will give him that.
Q codes, S codes, H codes. Yeah.
Measuring that rear end, and he was like, "It should be a 61 and a quarter."
There it is.
61 and a quarter, and that's what you had on your piece
Yeah.
of tape. Oh no, it measured from here to here, and it's this, and but in 72 it was this, and they, as opposed to the 50s when it was this, and they went back to this, and I mean, just like,
Right. Ooh, wow. Just a lot of numbers, a lot of codes, and it all equaled Ford guy.
right. I don't know what he does for a living, but I'm guessing this might be a big part of it.
That's this big part of his life, man.
I got nothing bad to say about the guys. I'm not ribbing him. It's just like he's a character.
He's a character for sure.
But good contact though for
Parts.
for your
Real
your rear end.
parts.
Your like we were talking
Original
earlier,
parts.
The real parts. We talked earlier about 28 spline versus 31. He's like, oh no, that's 28.
That's a 28. You got a 28 in there.
Yeah.
28, probably 3/0 gears, 9-inch, thumping noise. Yeah, just pull the axles out, take you 10 minutes. It'll tell you exactly right there.
Yeah, and he's like, oh yeah, pull out these 4, yank it out,
Turn it.
you're done. Count them up, but you got quite the deal too.
$220 for an 8-inch rear end from a 69 Mustang. So
From brake drum to brake drum.
yeah, I'll have to go through that. I'll probably have to replace one of the drums, but whatever.
But for used,
It's all there.
it's all there.
Swap out my brake lines.
It spun. I mean, how much are you going to do to it? I mean, are you going to take it back over to your place and say, hey, check this out, or are we just going to bolt it up?
I'll clean it up as best I can and check those brake cylinders, maybe replace them. I don't know. I didn't get a really good look at the other side, but what are we talking about? Wheel cylinders and brake hardware, $40. Wheel cylinders are about $30 a piece. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, $25 for a wheel cylinder, and then the hardware's $12 for the both sides. So
Okay.
40, 50 bucks. The drums actually cost more than all that because the drums are they're probably about $50 a piece, brand new. I mean,
At least.
at least, right? So it depends how much more meat I got on them before I have them turned down. So
So when it's time, it
should go right in.
yeah.
Famous last words.
Jack it up.
Have to change that, swap out the e-brake cable and put brake lines on it. And the thing I noticed too, the last time I saw the guy working on the rear end, is when you break open a brake line at the rear, either side, a hard line, instead of getting all the fluid that just keeps pissing out, he put a little clamp on the hose, the brake hose, that goes the flex line from the rear end to the hard line on the body of the car. Put a clamp on it,
Oh.
no leak.
Huh.
I was like,
Another one of those.
I just happened to be walking by. I was looking at it, and he just goes, boop. I'm like, key.
Like a big like a strong chip clip or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a spring clip.
One of these things that you get
Yeah,
for
spring clamp.
$1.99 at Home Depot. Not even that strong, but the same idea.
Right.
Problem solved. Says they don't waste any more fluid than you have to.
Well, and cleanup, and that's
Yeah.
what they do all.
That's what they do all
the
day.
time, so it's like
Yeah.
one of those. Oh. Duly noted.
But yeah, happy Jim, man. 4 9-inch third member center section. What do you say? $300, $330.
Something like that.
Yep. I'm like, it's a lot less than $1,200.
Yeah. And set of rims for
$300.
He was saying 250,
250, 300 for 15-inch Magnum 500s used. That car could actually look pretty decent.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the Magnum 500s would look good on the.
Oh yeah, that would look good on that car.
I mean,
And the other, I could interchange that with the Ranchero too. Oh, because it'd be 500s. Well, the tires and the wheels.
Well, okay. Well, you don't.
Torque thrusts are 15.7s
Okay. Well, I was going to say you've got the torque thrust on the
on the Ranchero. But putting torque thrust on the Mustang with a 6-cylinder.
And
Yeah. Talk about a limp member, dude. No way.
yeah. But I mean, I do like your Mustang with the Steelies.
But it's hard to find stock steel wheels that aren't jacked up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Even he did the,
No, I hear you. But as far as another wheel that would look good on that car without, saying, hey, I'm a sleeper, could be those Magnum 500s.
Right. But I should also look into maybe finding an aftermarket set of 15-inch stock replacement steel wheel. I might be able to find that. 14s.
Dearborn Classics?
I doubt it, because they're really into your Magnum 500s, your Torque Ds, and the styled steel wheel. That's the other one that's kind of foo-foo-y.
Well, at least you can get the correct insert.
Yeah, but those inserts aren't cheap either.
Well, I know, but I mean, at least you can get a set of 4 of them.
But the world just opens up to 15-inch, doesn't it? See what I'm saying? You're just like, what, get this? You get that? You get this?
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but on that 54 truck and that 67 wagon.
Yeah, they're the same.
No center
caps.
No center
I saw that, yeah. But you did notice, too, on those 500s that the center opening for the axle was considerably smaller than your 15-inch for the truck. You didn't notice that, the opening?
That's right.
It was huge. Yours are...
On the truck?
Yeah.
The hub.
Yeah, otherwise I would have taken them.
Yeah. I didn't notice it, but now that you...
Yeah,
you
I mean, it's probably 1 7/8, close to 2 inches. That was the deal killer. But anyway, moving on.
Okay. Well,
But yeah,
I got the home improvement tips, of the week.
Oh, here we go.
Had to do it. We did a plumbing job, so we had to bust out a little bit of the ceiling.
Oh, you were telling me about the leaking shower.
Yeah. It turns out it was a no hub coupling that was failing.
No hub coupling.
Essentially, it's a rubber insert with a metal sleeve and a couple worm clamps.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So that way,
your drain line.
Okay, yeah.
Plastic. It's probably the PVC with the.
Well, that way, like you can cut out your cast iron.
Yeah,
and replace with PVC.
That's what
this is like the essentially the joint.
Yeah, the black PVC. Yeah, it gives you a little bit of play on it, right?
Yeah, just a little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah,
but you got to get it. There's a halfway mark. Where there's a rib. Like halfway through. I forget what it's called.
On the coupling.
Yeah. Like right in the middle.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that you get all
the way in
the seats, and that's why this one failed.
Someone tried to cheat it out, huh?
Yeah. Just the geometry. There wasn't enough to get it all the way in, and so after 10 years, it started leaking.
Right.
Luckily, that's all it was. So the hole that ultimately made was like like 14 by 7. Because stud to stud, so you can sister some drywall in there. And it was only like 7 inches deep, but it was that acoustic popcorn ceiling.
Ouch. Well, so now you probably had a big yellow stain and.
Well, no, that part got broken out.
Okay.
But
what did you do with the rest of it?
Well, I kind of.
Oh, wait a minute.
A little trial and error.
Okay,
with
here
this
we go.
popcorn ceiling stuff.
Okay.
There's stuff that comes pre-mixed.
Right.
Like in a tub.
Right.
Don't use that. Stuff blows.
Probably looks like cottage cheese, maybe.
You put it up, and then you're supposed to like dab it.
So it all pulls down, pulls away.
Yeah, well, it's got too much water in it, so if you put it on too thick, it just starts pulling down.
Oh, really?
Gravity.
Yeah.
So don't use that stuff. I don't have acoustic ceilings. I know you don't either. This is for those who might. There's stuff that comes in a spray can, essentially.
Oh, like
you shake it up, it's got the two handles like this. It looks sort of like the expanding foam, that gopher stuff.
Okay.
Don't use that.
Oh, I was gonna say it probably really heavy, like undercoating sprayed stuff.
The nozzle just jams right up, so it goes.
And then it's it.
And then you shake it. You might get, a tenth of a second, and the stuff's expensive, fairly expensive too. So, go to a paint store.
Maybe like Dunn Edwards or Frazee
Or Smith or what,
right.
Like an actual paint store.
Yeah.
And of course they're going to try to sell you the full hopper setup.
But you're probably doing what, 10 square feet?
Oh no, this was like 1 square foot.
Even worse. Okay.
It's a patch.
Right.
What they have now is it's got a little hopper on it, and it's almost like a little bicycle pump.
Oh, like what were those little pump? Like the bug sprayer. Poison was on the bottom, and you pumped it, and it was on the top. It was about like a short bicycle pump.
Exactly.
You don't see those anymore.
This thing's made out of plastic.
Yeah, like a Hudson sprayer.
That type of thing, but it's got a little hopper on there.
Yeah.
It comes with stuff that you can mix with water, or you can buy like the pre-mixed, like in a jug. I tried the pre-mixed stuff to start playing around with. It's like, hey, this looks like it might actually work. Lay all your plastic down.
Right, it goes everywhere.
Because it's messy.
Right.
Because you're going up on the ceiling.
Right.
But just and it was acceptable. As far, especially as it's an apartment, we were looking at it because we knew it was there.
Well,
so your eye goes towards it.
Right.
But, if you're not looking for it, you're not going to see that patch.
Oh, that's cool.
So by far, out of the 3 things that we tried,
pre-mixed with that sprayer,
it's that little sprayer, and I had it all over me.
Right.
Yeah, my hair, my face, all over my arms because, it's kind of a crappy little plastic thing.
Okay, so were you on a ladder?
Just like a little 2-stepper.
Oh.
It was like an 8-9 foot ceiling.
Right.
And I'm 6 foot, so I could have been standing on a bucket.
Right.
I was probably a little too close. It said like 11, 12 inches away.
Right.
But the thing was splattering so much, and people were living there. It wasn't like it was a vacancy.
A vacancy, yeah.
So I kind of had to be a little bit more careful.
Right.
So I got a little closer, which means that I wore a little bit more.
Right.
But by far,
quick and easy there.
Yeah, by far the best product. And
it worked.
Right. So go to a paint store and get it. Not unless you're going to redo your whole ceiling, and that's when you need like the big full hopper.
That's something else, man.
Power.
That's when you're talking
PSIs,
square footage.
but for, a little patch or something, stuff worked really, really well. I was pretty well impressed.
I usually don't hit those paint stores very often because unless you're buying a 5-gallon bucket of paint or coating of some kind, it really can't help me. I usually hit a home run every time just going to Depot.
Right, but a place like Dunn Edwards or
Frazee, Smith, right.
That caters
Everguard.
to paint contractors
Paint contractors, people who paint
every day.
by volume.
So someone there is probably going to know
Yeah.
a little some
Of course.
other than outside of the Home Depot thing, like, I need to paint my
Such and such room,
right,
which is already predetermined. There's a one-time deal. You're going to end up with a little quart left when you're done for patch and
but
fixing
if
stuff.
you got a specialty problem, go to the people that do it for a living, much like you and your gear problem.
my rear end.
And your rear end. It's like,
That's right. It's true, man. You got a problem with the radiator, you go to a radiator guy. You get a trans problem, you go to the transmission guy. Rear end guy. Once you find him, tell
if
you all
can
about it.
find 'em,
Right.
Same thing. Yeah, carburetors, heads. So you got that guy. Because your local parts shop is no longer filled with old guys that used to work on cars.
Right.
Like we were talking.
Talking to
Happy
Jim.
It's like parts counters now are filled with people that know how to read a computer screen and, don't necessarily know what the part is,
What was he saying about
he went someplace and, asked for a motor mount.
asked for a motor mount?
And the guy at the counter did not know what a motor mount was.
Was it a guy or was it a girl?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I think he said it was a female.
I think he said it was a female, but
And then he had to explain it. I think I would have left. I think I
Yeah.
would have just said,
Never
or is
mind.
somebody over here who knows anybody else, A motor mount. Wow.
but I mean, there's still that
Ouch.
guy. Jess?
But he remembered Clark's.
Okay.
Clark's Auto Parts, man. He's like, you got to go to Clark's.
Okay, but
Jess.
up at Napa, the Napa up on Long Beach Boulevard.
Oh, the old man on. Oh, really?
I mean, he's still there. That guy's still.
Is he still there? He wasn't there when I was there.
When I got that little gasket for the truck, oil.
Oh, the oil
Intake
the oil
thing.
filter base housing.
Yeah, he was still there. But I mean, this was a guy that had all the manuals and like saved them,
Oh, really?
so that
Years back manuals.
exactly, so that if you needed something, he could go back through and find stuff that the computer didn't have. So
Sometimes that's all it takes. Gasket was what, $2?
oh, if that,
Yeah.
but it's finding the person that knows what it is and can help you, just like the guys over at Clark, guys at a real paint store, guys at a real lumber yard.
Ooh,
You know,
good point. Lumberyard. Yep. Yeah.
although I've had problems in the past, but the last job with 32 feet of fencing that I did, Ganal over in Los Al or off Catella.
Yeah, right there off Catella and Cerritos,
Yeah,
somewhere.
they were pretty good lumber yard.
Yeah,
It's
they're
It-
pretty.
it's-
They're
well,
pretty square.
it's fairly large. They've got some guys in there that really know their stock. So it's like, okay, I need a 8-foot pressure treated. And it's like, oh, we don't carry 8-foot, but we can cut you down 16s, or we can give you 16s and you can cut them yourself. It's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereas
Where do you go to get a piece of 16-foot lumber? Not Home Depot.
Not exactly. And I mean,
Yeah, it's when you're
they had,
talking like
they had the full-on radial arm saw.
big blade, huh?
Yep. Where I mean, he was cutting 3 or 4 4x4s all in one shot. And the infeed and outfeed tables were marked at like 8 foot. So all you had to do was like line it up to the edge.
There you go.
So I mean,
Boom.
someone did the thinking,
Right.
in setting this up.
Sure.
And then you can drive your truck
To the back.
Yeah,
Right.
like, and load up right there. So
Right. That's a
fairly
lumber
impressed,
yard, man.
And and then they had the actual fencing stuff, the good stuff, the interlocking
panels.
which is
Redwood, right?
redwood.
Yep.
Hillendale, it's referred to because of the joint. Expands and contracts, or when it expands and contracts, you don't see the
Gap.
See the gap.
See, that's the thing that drives me nuts about the fence boards that you get at like Depot or Lowe's.
The dog-eared stuff.
The dog-ear stuff, you put it outside, you let it shrink up because it's so green, it's wet, it's heavy. You let it sit out for a couple months, different piece of wood.
Oh yeah.
Put it up. Now you won't have any gaps.
Yeah, you gotta let
it out, man. You gotta let it sit out.
acclimate.
Right. Yeah, it drives me nuts seeing those gaps, man. Anyway.
I have it at my house.
Really?
Yeah, the one that Floyd and I made.
Oh.
You
On
were
the backside?
Yeah.
Oh.
Where I'm like, come on, man, we gotta let this sit out for a couple weeks. He said, no, it'll be fine, it'll be fine.
No.
Okay.
Hey, you let it sit out, and then you get true fitment. Then it can expand and contract, and it'll fit.
Right.
So.
What are you gonna do?
Do it right, man. Do it right the first time, so no gaps. So you don't have to listen to the wife say, "Hey, man, there's people riding by who can see inside the backyard."
Okay. Well, I've got maybe a 3-foot section of fence that I'm repairing. The cedar dog-eared stuff.
It's a short run. You can
Okay.
take it out and redo it, and then splice in the piece where it.
Okay. Well, let's see. I've had that cedar sitting out for about 3 weeks now.
Right.
So it's going to be nice. It'll be a nice fit. No, no worries. Actually, that'll probably be tomorrow morning. Finish that. I got the post in.
Right. Did you use your fence post level?
No, I didn't bring it.
I used to have one.
I know. Well, I know you got one.
It's right there.
Yeah, I just
Used it like 3 times. No, half dozen times. Yeah.
okay. I just used one level, but I also used some C clamps and some lumber, and some scrap stuff to keep it in place. Because it goes right next to an existing fence, and so I clamp the post to the fence, and it's like, okay.
Oh.
Then I was able to, get one plane,
Okay.
plumb, and then had another clamping system from the other existing fence over, and kind of like essentially a third and fourth hand.
Right.
So, and then tighten up the C clamps. I would have used speed clamps at my house because because they're a lot easier, but I don't have those at work, and I didn't want to bring a bunch of clamps over. But clamped it all up. All right. Then you check both sides, threw in the cement, let it sit. Boss walked by and said, "Hey, that's a really good idea." I was like,
Kind of like running your airline through your window instead of going through the garage.
Yeah. But, I'm thinking it's like, well, how else do you make, have a, cement, a post in cement stay where you want it to without stakes clamp it. You know, I mean, that's how I did my fences. Clamps all over the place. 'Cause I was working by myself. You know, you can't. I didn't have someone to say, "Can you hold that here?" You know, and then because my place, I build nice fences. You know, I didn't want nail holes. You know, through my 2x4s and 4x4s to hold stakes. You know, it's just like clamp it. You know, it's like I don't know. It was like that's a good idea. You've been doing this for how many years, and you just it's like the first time you saw that. I don't know. Again, I'm just talking.
I don't know.
So let's see.
Jeez.
We've got wings, wheels, and rotors coming up.
Next week.
Good guys.
End of November. Oh.
Moon Eyes.
Moon Eyes in December. And also next month is probably going to be Performance Plus.
There's
some kind of car show or cruise over here.
Sunday or Saturday?
I don't know what day it is. Probably a Sunday.
Because they're closed on Sunday.
That's probably why they're having the cruise, because they just opened it up the parking lot. Something like
because
they're closed on Sundays, so it would probably be on a Sunday,
this morning,
right?
Or afternoon.
So it'll be in the morning. So we should check that out. That'd be kind of cool to do an interview out there. Nice plug for Performance Plus.
Yeah. See what we can see.
Give me some tires for the 15-inch wheels.
But again, there's another place. You know, I needed really good. I wanted really good tires for the Galaxy.
That's where I got tires for the Ranchero.
You know, I needed the rims to be. I needed the rims fit. They did a little massaging on my calipers.
So those are 15s too, right?
15.8.
15.8. Yeah, that won't. No bueno on the Mustang on that, man.
No, that would be a little.
That's too much. That's just too much wheel. For that car?
Oh, 15's going to be pushing it on that car as it is.
I don't think so.
You're going to have to
I
do
don't
a
think
little
so.
photoshopping.
15s? I think will be okay.
Well, stock are 14s, right?
Stock are 14s. I believe stock on the Ranchero were also 14s. But they'll fit. I don't want... 15.6 will probably be perfect on the Mustang.
Okay, so you got enough room in the wheel well and stuff?
I would assume so. That's what the forum's all for, man. Thank God I don't need it all tomorrow, but...
Right, because you also want a good-looking profile.
Well, yeah,
on the
exactly.
tire.
Right. Yeah, I don't need an oversized... I don't need an oversized rim for that car.
Right, that's why I'm like... Do you want 14 with a higher profile? 15's,
I would like to
less...
get the same. I would like to get the same profile tire that I have now, which is a P215 60R14. Just get a P215 60R15. Same width. Same. It'll just be a little bit shorter, I guess, on the sidewall. But
if you take it to a place like Performance Plus,
sure,
they'll slap several different tires on there to make sure it looks right.
Because basically right now on the four-lug with that 5.8, let's see the second rim there from the second one from the bottom.
Oh yeah,
that's a 6-cylinder, and the one on the top is a 14-inch for the Ranchero. You see how there's a difference in width, like a good inch.
Oh, that top one's pretty skinny.
That's like stock 14s, man. The second one isn't even narrower, so I have a pretty wide tire on that Mustang right now. So
okay,
same. If I get the same thing but just a 14-inch, shouldn't be any problem at all.
You mean a 15-inch?
Yeah, right. Same size, same ratio, same fit. It'll be no problem. But it should be easier for me to find rather than a 14-inch tire. So America's Tire.
There we go. Luckily, you've got time.
More time than money.
Right. But I mean, at least right now, because of the work that you did with on the Mustang, it's not like this is like I have to have it done this weekend.
But that's the other issue is that I'm coming to the realization that this car as a daily driver is becoming impractical. It just is. It's just, you know, I have to wait 3 days to order parts for a carburetor or, you know, 4-lug. Can't get it. Nobody makes the parts.
Right. But
It's just like it's time to move on, man.
oh no, don't say it ain't so.
It's hard. It's hard to do this every day, dude. You know, when it breaks, that's it, man. I mean, you can get by usually sometimes, but when something breaks, that's it. You know? I mean, I can bum a ride for work so long, and, you know, but when you need a car, and like I have the Ranchero, it's got a problem, an expensive problem. What are you going to do?
Well,
See?
time and money.
Time and money, man.
But we'll get it. We'll get that rear end in the Rancho. Or sorry, rear end in the Mustang.
I got to get the front first
You got to get the front.
before I do any of that.
Well, because you've already had the rear end worked on.
Yeah, I did.
So that's good for a while.
It should be good for a while, but there's still used parts. I
Right.
can't find those parts.
Yeah. And then
Then I'll have to sell all that. I got a way at work wants to buy the wheels.
so a little wheeling and dealing.
Wheeling, dealing, and clean the house and shuffle cards and free card money.
So I hear you. I'm in the same boat. You know, I've been borrowing the wife's car, you know, to do my my local driving, because once that thing warms up and I shut it off,
That's it.
it doesn't want to start. It's a very hard start, you know. And it's like, it's rather, I'm at the point is like, okay, until I get that carburetor rebuilt, I'm driving home, and then I'm
Shutting it off.
driving, just for street sweeping.
Then we're done.
You know, because no days are numbered on that. And
Wow,
you know,
really?
it used to be the Galaxy was my reliable car.
Now you're leaking gas.
Yeah, yeah. So
All right.
we got a lot to do.
You got a
for
lot to do, man.
2013.
Yeah.
That'll be a big year. We'll get it.
We'll get it.
So let's wrap this up.
You got it, man.
Okay, so toss us an email at primerpodcast@gmail.com.
Check us out on Facebook.
Check out the Hot Rod or stuff in the Hot Rodder Journal. Hit the website. Things will be there. Took some video of the
The Y-Block fire up.
Y-Block
Yeah.
fire up. That's not getting done today, but
No.
I get it done tomorrow.
All right, cool.
Do some sanding, do some editing, do some sanding, do some editing, do some sanding, do some editing. So until what? Next week.
Next weekend.
Next weekend. My name's William.
And this is Davis.
Don't skimp on that
But
time.
there'll be no more crying.